If you're like me, you know Young Frankenstein is the best comedy of all time. So today I thought it would be fun to take a roll in the hay and look back at the entire cast then as well as today. And now it's time to put on the Ritz and get going with number one. Gene Wilder. Here's Gene as Dr. Frankenstein in 1974. I'm sorry, Dr. Frankenstein. Gene was also the writer of the movie with his old pal Mel Brooks, who directed the movie. Sadly, Dr. Frankenstein died of complications to Alzheimer's in 2016 in Stamford, Connecticut. To deal with the pain, on his deathbed, his doctor gave him a sedative.
Sedative?
Number two, Peter Boyle. Here's the Frankenstein monster in 1974. Sadly, the Frankenstein monster was driven out of town and died at the age of 71 after a battle with multiple melanoma and heart disease. It's rumored that even today he has an enormous Schwanzstücke.
He would have an enormous Schwanzstücke.
That goes without saying.
Number three, Cloris Leachman. Here she is in 1974. Frau Blucher died at 94 years of age of natural causes on January 27th, 2021, at her home in Encinitas, California. She loved her Ovaltine just as much as horses loved her name.
I am Frau Blucher.
Meline Khan. Here's Meline Khan in 1974 as Dr. Frankenstein's girlfriend Elizabeth. Sadly, Elizabeth died at the age of 57 of ovarian cancer in 1999. She loved to sing. For me, she gave new meaning to this song. Number five, Marty Feldman. Here's Igor in 1974. Igor. A lifelong smoker. Sadly, Marty Feldman died of a heart attack at the age of 48 years old in 1982. And as he walked this way through the pearly gates, I can only imagine when he arrived, God said, "Didn't you have a hump on the other side?" To which Igor probably said,
What hump?
Number six, Terry Garr. Here's Inga in 1974, and here is Inga today. Inga was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis and is in a wheelchair now. She is now advocate for the treatment of this disease. To this day, when I look at Inga as I enter into the castle, I always think, what knockers?
What knockers?
Oh, thank you, Doctor.
Number seven, Kenneth Mars. Here's Inspector Camp in 1974. Sadly, Inspector Camp died at age 75 of pancreatic cancer in 2011. His last words were, "Now let us all go to my house to have a little sponge cake and a little wine and to the lumberyard."
Now, let us all go to my house for a little sponge cake and a little wine and shit. To the lumberyard!
Number eight is Gene Hackman. Here's the blind hermit in 1974, and here he is today. Gene is 92 years old and gave up acting almost 20 years ago. He's happily retired in Santa Fe, New Mexico, and perhaps if you head there, you might run into him. He is still just about to make that espresso.
I was gonna make espresso.
Number nine, Richard Hayden. Here is Herr Falkstein in 1974. Sadly, Herr Falkstein died in 1985 at the age of 80 in the Pacific Palisades in Los Angeles, California.
My name is Gerhard Falkstein. I have traveled 5,000 miles to bring you the will of your great-grandfather.
Number 10, Liam Dunn. Here's Mr. Hilltop in 1974, age 58. Sadly, he died 2 years later at the age of 60. He was a big smoker, collapsing on the set of The Shaggy DA. He died from emphysema in Granada Hills, California. Here is Mr. Hilltop carried out on a gurney. Number 11, Danny Goldman. Here is the medical student in 1974 at age 35. This medical student also was the voice of Brainy Smurf. That medical student recently died in 2020 at the age of 81. Number 12, Oscar Bari Jr. Here he is as the sadistic jailer in 1974. Sadly, the sadistic jailer died of a heart attack only 2 years later in 1976 in Los Angeles, California. Number 13, Arthur Mallet. Here's the village elder in 1974. Sadly, this village elder died at the age of 85 in Santa Monica, California. Now, before I get to the next name, did I just hear a yummy sound?
You just made a yummy sound, so I thought you'd like the dessert.
I didn't make a yummy sound, I just asked you what it is.
Number 14, Rolf Sedan. Here's the train conductor in 1974. Sadly, this train conductor died at the age of 86 in 1982 in the Pacific Palisades.
Transylvania next! Jeder aussteigen für Transylvania!
Number 15, Michael Fox. Helga's father. Here's Helga's father in 1974. Sadly, he died at the age of 75 in 1996 in Woodland Hills, California. Finally, here's Lydia Christian. Here's Helga's mother in 1974. Helga's mother died at the age of 89 in 2008 in Newport Coast, California. So, before I put the candle back and put our poo-poo undies back in the hamper, who did I miss? Let me know in the comments. And tell me your favorite part of the movie, too. Oh, and one final thing. If you've got an idea for a video, like this video here, let me know in the comments. I want to make what you want to see. Now, I've already made a similar video like this to Blazing Saddles, but if there's interest and you let me know, I'll do it for Spaceballs, Silent Movie, even History of the World. Let me know. And with that, I will let Dr. Frankenstein have the final word.
Class is dismissed.